Hey, man, you're now tuned into Rinse FM, and this is Cheeky Sport. You're here with myself, Big J.
Cheekysport Akeem.
Everybody hates Chris.
And I got my special guest in the building today, a Chelsea fan who's 100% certified. Man like Louis, what you saying, baby?
I'm about, how are you? You good?
I should have said his
I feel
surname.
a bit out of place right now.
Hey, no, don't worry, man. You are amongst friends.
Why?
You are amongst friends. All right, listen, guys. Today's show is brought. Hey, boys, I'm talking here. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry, Big J.
Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, all the hype, and I just turn up and go, hi.
Hey, listen, today's episode is brought to you by OneFootball, all right? The OneFootball app, you can download it. The link is in the description. They are giving you the chance to get the Champions League experience for you and two friends
Not just one.
to go watch any group game of your choice, all right? Flights and accommodation all sorted, courtesy of OneFootball. If you want to do that, download the link right now. Link's in the description. You got till October 3rd, all right? That's when
Don't miss it.
That's
Don't
when
miss
it's done.
it. Come on.
Competition, all right?
This is your chance.
Champions League. We all have a bit of Champions League, don't we, fellas?
We all do.
No.
Except for Chris.
No, hate it.
What are you saying, Europa?
Rubbish.
Hey.
All rubbish. All that rubbish.
Oh, all that rubbish,
of it,
yeah?
of
All
it.
right, cool. All right, listen, we're going to start with Champions League. We got a Chelsea fan.
Ugh.
We're going to start there. Chris, you
Chelsea.
might want to sit this one out, fella.
Yeah.
All right?
Chris, worry
We
about
got-
Partizan.
Do you know,
Worry about Partizan.
out of all of us here, no, Louis, no, let me say it, out of all of us here, 20 years of Champions League.
So
Yeah,
what?
but have you won it?
Oh, wait.
Out of everybody else here,
Wait.
I support Crystal Palace. Anyway.
Oh, yeah?
I don't support
So
them.
yeah, I'm with you, Chris.
Why do you support them?
It's my local, innit?
Yeah.
I was told to.
Oh, yeah.
Dirty
all that
United.
local team stuff.
I'm
Louis definitely doesn't support his local team.
Right? I was born.
You're from, like,
my dad
Suffolk
didn't
or
even
something,
pick me
mate.
up. My dad didn't even pick me up. He was like, "You're a Chelsea fan first." It wasn't like no Lion King stuff, all right? He gave me a Chelsea teddy bear, and that was it.
That was it. And he went. He
was
was
it.
talked off.
No,
Ah,
that's
I
brilliant.
thought you was a fan like during when Roman come along.
Oh, you're funny.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying. I had to, innit?
All right then, boys. Champions League. We'll start with Chelsea.
Go on then.
Well, that's the one we all care about anyway. The Atletico versus Chelsea. I feel like that game happens all the time, though. I'm
Not
gonna
really.
lie. I feel like
Normally
it
that's
does.
a PSG. That always happens.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
that
are
always
boring.
does happen.
We'll,
yeah.
we'll get onto PSG.
That's your team.
we
That's
got
your
we
team,
got to talk about
England.
PSG in a minute.
PSG and Chelsea.
For now,
It's you and
we
Barcelona.
got Costa. Did you see Costa when he landed back?
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
he's happy.
Bam!
Superstar.
God, stop. The way they shake man's kissing, mate. He was like, bro. It was like the El Presidente just
he
landed
was
back,
like,
crew boy. Fam, I'm so happy for
Aye,
Costa.
my man has dragged this out so well, yeah, that somehow he still got paid by the club, yeah, up till what is that? End of September, yeah, because you know he's gonna get that last payment.
Chelsea don't know about
Let's give him
business.
some context, yeah? Imagine you had a man like Diego Costa, right? After being told by Conte that he wasn't in his plans.
Back in when?
In the summer, yeah, he told him by text,
Text,
innit?
yeah,
He's not
yeah,
by.
yeah.
Conte said, "Yeah, me, yeah, all right, but man's not coming back." He literally went to Brazil, was chilling off. He was just chilling,
Playing beach football.
playing beach football, doing his press ups, making sure that he's ready for when he's next
He
playing
didn't even go
football.
back to Spain. He went back to Brazil.
He went back to Brazil, went back home, you know, went back home.
Real home.
He's a G.
Docking 2 weeks worth of his wages every week.
And you know what he said? You know what he said? Keep the wages, man. Don't care. That's how cruddy he is. He said, keep the wages. I don't care. I'm not coming back to you, man. Sort it out. Put some respect on my name. You know what I've done for your club?
You get me?
He said, you know what I've done for your club, mate? And you lot are treating me like
Do
this.
you know why he got given that text?
Why?
This goes
Why?
all the way back to
And
January.
do you think it's fair?
Now
Louis,
go
do you
on,
think
go on.
it's fair?
All right,
Go on.
what happened
Give
in
us some
January?
context.
Louis, go
Give
on.
us some
Give us some
context.
context. Right, so in January, he had that whole Chinese bid, yeah?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he fell out with the physio because he wanted to go to China, some weird stomach.
Yeah, we remember that.
And at that point, Conte said, okay, you can go at the end of the season, but that's it, we'll let you go then. Then there's obviously, everyone forgot about that, and then obviously they all went off on their holidays, and Conte
Costa kept
basically
scoring.
goes, that's it. Like, yeah, he kept scoring, but he kept scoring because he was going. That was it. And then at the last game, you could tell when he went off, he was waving goodbye. You could tell.
I remember that. I remember him
so-
waving goodbye.
so-
But then he didn't leave.
Yeah, but
Well,
he was leaving.
He did. He knew he was leaving.
Yeah, but he wasn't going.
But look, what I want
the
to ask
China
Louis,
thing fell through.
Louis,
though.
how can do you not think this a bit of a violation, yeah, of your club, your manager Conte, about the way he's taking the mick? Because if that happened at my club, then I would be pretty upset.
I'm not saying
Personally.
I completely agree with it, but I can see why it's been done. Like, what would be the point for Costa to come back to Cobham to sit him down to say, all right, okay, bye? Do you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it's a bit of
have
respect.
some
A bit of respect.
respect,
No, a
man.
bit of
No,
respect.
no,
Hey,
he
listen.
said-
If you respected the manager, you get back and you say, goodbye properly.
Though,
All he said when he was back in Spain was, "Oh, I'm sorry about the way I wasn't able to say goodbye." He did want to say goodbye. He was a major part of this. He said he loves all the staff and all of that.
Respect
I believe him. I believe him.
He's
I respect
talking
Louis.
rubbish. No, I have respect for what he's done for us, but I don't have respect for the way that he. Basically, every transfer window, I want to leave. That was every single transfer window. So when eventually he did leave, and it was a case of everyone going, "Okay, bye." Yeah. That's fine.
So would you cheer him when he plays against you next time?
Well, every single ex-Chelsea player that comes, apart from William Gallas, because he disrespected us.
How?
He was saying he was saying a load of rubbish after he left and he went to Arsenal.
Yeah.
About like
Squat
Ryan Bridge, Ashley Cole, like he was saying loads of stuff. So no one likes him at Chelsea, but every single player that's come back. That's been an ex-Chelsea player.
That's a model. That's a model team, Chris. Not like how what Arsenal does.
So you're trying. Don't ever compare Arsenal and Chelsea
Fabregas,
ever.
Van Persie,
Ever. Start the list
Nasri,
again.
Clichy.
Every player that leaves. Sanya. Every player that leaves. Anyway.
All right, so what I wanted to ask you guys a great performance again this weekend. You know what I mean? Morata got a lovely hat trick. I feel like he's finding form. I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple of games where I wanted Morata anyway. I thought that he's a good player. I wanted him to come Prem. Do you feel like he's the right replacement for Costa? Do you feel like it's a trade? Do you feel like I've lost Costa, who we all know is the guy, and you've got Morata? Do you feel like that's a fair trade? Do you feel like that's good enough, or would you like another striker?
I think they're different players, but considering we only have two strikers, really,
yeah,
you've got him and Batshuayi.
Yeah.
I felt we needed another one. What we can be doing is we can play Hazard in a false nine, which is what we did last season when Batshuayi wasn't ready. So we kind of do have 2.5 strikers. But I don't feel Costa and Morata are comparable players because they're completely different.
I think they all play different, but I'm just talking about in terms of the goals. Like, you're going to need. Well, he's actually already getting goals. He's already getting goals, isn't it?
He's actually already getting goals. Might need another attacking midfielder.
I do feel like you need another striker, though.
No, I think put it this way: to have that debate about Costa and Morata, you need to wait to the end of the season to see how influential he's been on our season. Obviously, Costa in his first season, phenomenal. You know, it took him 15 minutes to score his first goal in Burnley or something like that.
But you know the problem is that personality is something you might need, and players like Morata is quite a quiet individual. Yeah, so it looks like he just scores, puts on his socks and trousers and goes home. You know.
Whereas Costa, we all know is a big personality.
He doesn't seem like he has much of a personality.
Right, Chris, what do you reckon?
Gassing.
Well, you don't rate Costa's personality?
Yeah, but like if Morata's scoring goals, this personality don't mean nothing.
No. Wait, hold on. And this is the problem. This is why you've had a barren spell of no
so you're gonna tell me
Premier League titles because you have no leaders.
So Van Persie had no personality, yeah?
Where is he now? Where is he now? And where did he go?
No, you're talking about leaders, so he had no personality now?
You lacked leaders.
Did he have personality?
Yes, he did.
Shut up.
Wait, he did.
Shut up.
He did. Hold on. He goes to Cactus Jack again. Hold on.
No, you can't say nothing.
Right.
I can
say something. Right. Van Persie had that, yeah? Over the last 20 years, you can probably count on one hand how many big personality players you've had.
And it was all with the Invincibles team.
Yeah. And the last great one you had...
Chelsea cannot talk about Arsenal and anything to do with football, period. Your checkbook club, you was your... facts. Them things is facts, nah?
Hey, at least when we could afford to get out of the checkbook, we did get it out.
Oh! Shots fired!
Louis, let's stick together. Don't let these Manchester United fans gang up on us.
Support Palace.
I told you beforehand. I told you outside I was going to get dirty.
I don't remember this conversation.
No. I told you.
Guys, I support Palace. All right, listen. Speaking of personalities, all right, we're talking about big personalities at the club. I really wanted to get into this PSG and Cavani situation, all right? Last week when we were on the podcast, we were talking about them arguing over a free kick. And the penalty. There's a penalty and a free kick, yeah? All right, cool. Now, the owner of PSG has offered Cavani €1 million. This is just in case you guys didn't know. He's offered him €1 million to not take any penalties and leave it just to Neymar.
You're lying. Is that real?
Yeah.
And you know what's pissed me off?
Mad.
Cavani said no. Are you mad, fam?
Yeah, of course.
I'll rate it for
What's
that.
$1 million?
Bro!
What's £1 million in? Look, end of the day.
Bro, that's new sauce.
Listen.
PSG are taking it. How can you pay a man $1 million to not do something? Listen, Izzy Millie, shut your mouth and sit to the side.
Hold on, is that $1 million for every penalty?
No. But
what you got to realise though, Jay?
No, PSG are taking the mix.
What you got to realise though, Jay, is that you score on average probably like 7 to 8 a year, of penalties, yeah? what's his goal bonus? You don't know what his goal bonus is, yeah?
Businessman alert.
What's his goal bonus? My man Cavani looking at his Excel spreadsheet, yeah? He's looking at his Excel spreadsheet. He's like, hold on. I'm making 200 bags per penalty. So I ain't giving it up. Yeah, that's it.
Plot twist. Plot twist. I ain't gonna lie, Akeem. That's a good look.
Yes, I see.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta check that contract. Hold on. Let me call my lawyer. We say 1 million for the beds, yeah. Alright, hold on. You know you gotta call your lawyer quickly.
You got his account on the spreadsheet, adding up all the cells. C6 plus
100%.
E7.
100%. Exactly. You gotta do the sum. Sum equals. Hey, if you don't know. Just leave an Excel.
Get your Excel formulas out. Hey, listen. Alright, but seriously though, Lou, honestly, yeah. Earlier on, you were saying that you don't feel like Cavani's going to be able to last at the club. There is a lot of personality stuff going on at the moment. Obviously, Cavani being there first. Since then, they've signed 2 of the biggest players in the world, who are obviously going to. I think they're better, way better, or gonna be.
Everyone's favorite.
I don't really rate Cavani.
Everyone's favorite team on FIFA now.
Everyone's favorite team on FIFA.
So highly. One for this, right? Socialist, right? Up to Jeremy Corbyn, basically, right? I rate him.
Randomly tuck that in.
I rate him for turning down the 1 mil. But I've always rated Cavani, especially when he played against us in that 2012.
He's a good player because we were talking about this last week.
Chelsea fans, they love a dirty lad.
They like a dirty. Yeah, I like him.
Unfinished striker. They love it.
I like
unfinished. What? Who else is unfinished?
Costa. Drogba's Tekers was awful.
No, not having that.
Costa's Tekers was awful compared to Henry.
Compared to
Van Persie. Compared to Van Persie as well. Compared to Bergkamp, like you know what? I'm just reeling them off.
Hey, but sorry to be harsh, but Bergkamp didn't score a lot of goals, mate. That's facts. That's facts. I know, but let's go to facts, mate. Yeah,
Eric Cantona didn't score many either. So shut up.
Hey, listen, we are not talking about technique of players, alright? We are talking about Cavani and we're talking about the personality.
I just said it like a dirty, unfinished strike. That's all I said, and you lot took it. You know.
Why Drogba dirty? Why is Drogba
like Morata? You know what they like? They like Morata. Morata plays pretty football. Morata's half decent on the ball. Yeah, he's like, oh no personality. Oh, can't take that. I'm not sure. You said you're not sure.
Whoa.
You said you can't compare. That's sitting on the fence.
That's sitting on the fence. Okay, go on.
You can't compare Costa and Morata.
So you can't compare 2 strikers.
No, you can't.
Okay, so you're saying it's yet.
Okay.
You said at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Adds up, Lou. Look, Lou, adds up.
No, but him saying Drogba's a rubbish striker.
No, I didn't say that.
He didn't say
Whoa. He's spinning it.
He spun it well. He spun it well.
So, obviously, Cavani, you were saying, earlier on you were saying that you don't reckon he'll be still at the club.
I don't know. I think if
because
the PSG players are backing him, which is what it sounds like, I think he will.
The owners, and if the owners are basically telling him, "Yo, here's a meal, man. Shut your mouth. Just sit this one out."
Shut your mouth.
So if you're saying, "Mate, just take this meal, man. Just relax, man. No, I don't really care. I don't really care you taking penalties anyway, bro. If it's about peas, I got that. Then doesn't that show? Obviously, he did say no, so he has a lot of integrity in terms of his own tally and what he wants to bring to the team. But do you feel like that's somewhere he should stay? If they're going to be choosing other names over his.
No, but I think it just comes down to he just doesn't want to get pushed out. But the reality is that
it's going to happen.
You know, it's going to happen because
he's in his 30s.
Yeah, and that is what. Yeah, he is towards the end. So
what I want to know is where's this guy getting his money from, mate?
Who, this guitar guy?
This Don, yeah.
This
guy. Even when the
financial doping.
Even when the financial fair play commission came up to him, he said, "Everyone worrying about financial fair play. Go sit down and have a coffee. Don't worry about us. Worry about your own club."
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah. But you know what? That's after Mbappe. All that stuff is because of Chelsea. All this stuff has happened because of Chelsea.
Why do you say that?
Roman Abramovich started that trend.
You're just sad because he didn't buy you.
I'm sad.
Chill. It's
fine.
Well,
can I ask? Do you think Chelsea is part of the reason for like ruining what football currently is now?
Oh, 100%.
Would you say it's
we are.
200%.
I love it.
200%.
Football was ruined in 1992 when I wasn't even born.
What happened in 1992?
Premier League,
mate. Premier League.
Why did that ruin it?
Well, it's mate Sky. I know it's Sky. They ruined it, man. I'm telling you.
It's all the money.
It's all the money.
Mate,
all the money.
How can you say that? How can you say that, cheeky git?
You'll be in the championship now, mate. If it wasn't for
No.
that.
We wouldn't exist.
Still
We wouldn't exist. We would not exist. So, Mr. Maravich, if you watch
If it wasn't for these lot were going under. Ken Bates was taking the club under if it wasn't for Roman.
Yeah. And then he brought us up. We won titles. We won Champions League and Arsenal.
How much you spend? How much did you spend?
How much you spent? We spent enough. How much did you spend to get nowhere?
Over $1 billion.
How much did you spend to go down?
Over $1 billion.
To go down.
Your first squad
chill out,
had a lot of players that didn't do much though, like Damien Duff and that.
Whoa.
But man like Kesman.
How much did you win?
Kesman.
Damien Duff.
No.
He don't know nothing.
Ranieri,
He's a football
the
figure.
Ranieri buys
He's a
before
football
Mourinho
figure.
came. Ranieri spent a
Damien
lot of
Duff
money.
was hard with
I'm
Robin.
not saying he's not
No,
hard.
they were hard.
I'm not saying they're not hard, but I'm saying what did they win? Huh?
He bought them.
He won the league.
Who?
Ranieri.
Yeah, I know he did. That's what I'm saying. Ranieri spent a lot of money. That's why he got sacked, because Ranieri spent a lot of money
And he didn't
do
win.
anything.
But they finished second.
They didn't win anything.
They didn't
What's
Did they
finish
finish
second.
second?
Did they finish second?
Yeah, you finished third.
Listen,
Who
all right.
finished first?
Listen.
Who finished first?
All right, let's stick to the topic, all right? 'Cause
Well.
listen, we can do the history lessons, right? I want to ask you, how do you feel about this Champions League fixture coming up?
I think it'd be really hard. I think obviously I think
Well
a lot
hard.
of people would take into context. They go, "Oh, the stadium," but it's a new stadium, so you can't say anything. Obviously, the
Stadium
Vicente
looks
Calderón
incredible, though.
Was I so badly wanted to go, but student finance, mate. Where's my money? Where's my money? I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
That
Student
old
finance
chestnut.
UK. Where you at?
Chestnut.
Come on, man.
Hey, what? The peas ain't dropped yet. Oh, man. How will I survive?
Wait for it. Everyone's out in Watford tonight, and I'm sat at home in my pants.
Hey, you know them ones. He's going to drop the day after the match. You know?
But no, I think this fixture itself is going to be. It's going
You
to be
feeling confident
hard.
about Champions League?
I never feel confident. I never feel confident.
Well,
You
why
feel
not?
the game.
confident-
Why
you feel
not?
confident
Why?
that you won it? When
I know.
Mata,
You know what? It was a madness. Come on.
When Mata,
Akeem.
Manchester United player, by the way, smacked teams up.
By the way,
Got
how
it
does that happen? How does Matic go to United?
Mata, I was talking about.
Well,
by the way.
Mata and Matic. Well,
Yeah, Mata
they
and
both.
No, not Matic. I'm talking about Matic here.
Matic, I don't know.
do you
To
mean,
be
how
honest,
did that
right,
happen?
Matic didn't really have much an effect on the Chelsea team over the past 18 months. So when
I
we
agree.
sold him for
Yeah,
40
very
million
true.
I
quid,
agree.
I was a bit like, that's good business
It's not, though.
if we bring someone in. We
not now.
brought him
You
got
back in
Bakayoko.
He's looking
Bakayoko is
good,
good, yeah,
but we
Bakayoko is
still needed another central midfielder, in my opinion. There's still our squad this season
But,
is
but,
so
but why
light.
do you say, how did that happen? Why do you say that?
Because that's ludicrous.
No, because I'm
Matic goes to
tired
Man
of.
United.
Listen. Man United is a super club.
I know you are.
So
I know you
Yeah,
are. That's
uh,
why I'm
what
onto
I'm
you for
trying-
being
what I'm trying to say is-
for doing the stuff
what
you've
I'm
done.
trying to say is, what I'm trying to
Embarrassing
say is, what I'm
the
trying
last
to say
5
is,
years.
It's not a big. What? Yeah,
Go
it
on,
is. It is
continue.
embarrassing. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not a big deal. Like, oh, why has he gone from Chelsea to Man United? Because he wants to go to a bigger club. It's simple. Like, no offense, but he wants to go to a
They
bigger
were
club.
champions.
I think
Yeah, they're champions. So what? So are Leicester. So
Nah,
are
you
Leicester.
can't
What
count
does that
Leicester.
mean?
There's nothing.
I think no.
What,
that
what do you mean? You
to
can't
be
count
fair,
Leicester. They won the title.
One off.
To be
Two.
fair,
Don't-
that
don't
does
be
make
bitter.
sense.
Don't
That
be
does
bitter
make
'cause
sense.
you-
United are a bigger club than Chelsea. They
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
So,
They're
but
just-
the thing is,
you
he
let them
went.
belittle you like that.
I don't understand why he went, but he's gone. That's
And you're
that's
happy with
it.
that, and you're cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, he wasn't. He didn't. He didn't
done a job for you.
fit
So-
the system. He did a
He didn't
job.
leave it- he didn't
That was
leave in
it.
a bad
Well,
way.
let's talk about another player who we've been rumoured all week to also be moving to Manchester United. I'm sorry, Chris, I have to bring it up, mate. All right, guys. I'm not going to lie, because you know when you read something, you just kind of scroll past. I'm on my One Football app. I'm just looking at all the topics. What's happening? What's the news? What's the word on the road?
story?
And you know what? I've just been seeing it too much. Mesut Ozil has refused to sign a new contract at Arsenal and is looking to move to Manchester United.
Okay, that was always going to happen.
Oh, my days.
So
Chris
what?
Wenger's-
So
Chris
my
Wenger's
thoughts on
got
it
that.
before Chris can say
And
something.
okay, let Akeem say his part, because
My
I can see
thought-
Chris needs to
My thoughts
catch
in
his
it,
heart.
my thoughts is that he should go to a club like Lyon or something, or Lille, yeah. Get out of a big club, yeah. Go and sit down, yeah. Have a cheese sandwich or cheese toast.
Hey,
Save in France, le
Right?
fromage.
Yeah.
No, love from us.
Or go to one of them teams like Hamburg or Schalke 04, yeah. Or Schalke 05 even, I don't care, yeah. Stay out of a big club. That's what you should do. Okay. Yeah, that way.
Okay,
That
you're
way,
talking
that
smack
way-
now.
that
You're
way
talking
scoring
smack.
a building.
Nah, he's talking
Every
smack
single
now,
week.
yeah.
Chris,
But
yeah,
what?
Wait, I want to
That's
ask Akeem
it.
a question.
Don't come to Man United. Don't come to clubs.
Yeah,
that actually
yeah, we'll
needs
see.
work ethic to survive. Yeah, that's why Fellaini's in the team, and you won't be Mesut Ozil.
Okay,
Thank you.
wait. I don't even know where to keep going. Man did this big. Fam, if you guys know what it's like working with Akeem in the studio, we get more and more confused every week. All right,
what's confusing about that?
You're
Just run down what's
fickle.
happening. I go on, you talk. Let Chris talk.
All right, Chris, go on, say your part.
What can I say?
What did you think of the rumour initially?
My
what do you think
guy, Gunga Bike, I'm giving you a shout out, son. He told me this was going to happen. He told me, before it was in the newspapers, he said, Chris, Ozil Abbey will go to Man United. And then I see it in the newspapers 2 weeks later, I lost my mind. If Ozil Abbey, Mesut Abbey, don't go in it. Don't go to United.
He's begging.
Hey,
Whatever you do, don't go United.
United's the most likely option because he won't be. He'd be too lazy to get those EasyJets there.
Are you? But
he wouldn't want to get on. He wouldn't want to get on the train.
let me say something now, Akeem. If he goes to you, look, watch the suction you give him next season. You're gonna be. Make sure we start this because watch what you're gonna be.
I want to change my opinion. The only way I change my opinion is if his attitude and his work ethic changes.
Can I just say one thing?
Work ethic is so poor in the big
No, can I say
Who told you that? Who told you that?
All right, guys, let each other talk. Hear what I'm trying to say, yeah? Hear what I'm trying to say. We know that Mesut Ozil was playing under Mourinho before.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see any games?
Have you seen the quotes?
I did.
Just wait.
Jose.
Did any of you guys see those games when he
that
played for Real Madrid?
Yes, of course.
No, you didn't watch them.
I didn't have Sky as a kid.
I hear you.
Louis, this is only 3 weeks ago, mate. These Chelsea fans, you're plastic.
Listen, in my opinion, the only thing I remember about Mesut Ozil was he couldn't finish 90 minutes because he used to work that hard.
Yeah, and he still
under
can't.
Jose. I swear to you, I'm not even joking.
Can I just say something?
Under Wenger, very quickly. Okay, I've never seen his quiff wet, no sweat. When he was working for when he was at Real
This is
Madrid,
all mythology. This is a big mythology.
Jermaine,
The mythology.
I wouldn't even listen to Mourinho back then because what Mourinho was saying, was to protect his players, because he was at a high pressure position at Real Madrid.
Are you dumb?
He was listen,
I've always said about him.
I'm gonna
let you say.
Let me say one sentence. Of all of Jose's positions, and the way he's acted at the club, he's been much more vulnerable when he's been at Real Madrid. You realise he was less confident. He said less outlandish stuff.
I agree.
When he was at Real Madrid, when he was at all the
He was
other
a boy.
clubs,
He was a boy.
Yeah, Real Madrid was too Illuminati for him. It was too bad over there.
So he said stuff like that because he realised Ozil was a major key. He was a major guy for them. The reality is he sat back down and thought, this guy is a lazy guy, and I don't want him. And I hope he doesn't come to Man United because I'd rather us buy flipping. Hey, Morales. You may as well buy Kevin Morales instead of him, mate. Hey,
that's why he's a football fickle.
At least he runs around.
That's why he's a football
Kevin Morales ain't bad though.
Yeah, he's not bad. I know he's not. I'd rather him.
If Ozil goes anywhere, he'll be going back to Germany.
I hope so.
He'll be going back to Germany. I cannot.
Munich.
Okay,
can I just say? So you lot are trying to tell me, and I'll let you say your quote, even though he doesn't believe the quotes.
Hanover.
What I'm trying to say is, this guy's taking a mick with the game. That's his Schalke. Listen, what I'm trying to say...
Hoffenheim.
You're mocking one of the best
guys,
in the world.
All I'm trying to say is, it could happen. Matt is getting old. It would be nice to have him replaced.
How old is Ozil?
27? 28. Yeah, 28.
Okay.
1 year younger than Matt.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think Matt is nearly 30.
On 30. He's about to be 30. Yeah, he's a year older.
What's happened to Matt is a shame, by the way. But anyway, go.
Nothing's happened to him.
Nothing's happened to Matt.
He could have been like a world superstar, but Chelsea.
What do you mean?
Mishandled
What is
him
he
a little
then?
bit,
What is he?
Mourinho
It's not Chelsea.
What is Matt?
Before that, he was live and
What is
kicking.
Matt then?
Don't worry, let's continue.
All right, so what I'm trying to say is, I know you guys might feel like he'll go Germany. All I'm saying is, I just want to say two things. If he does go to Manchester United, you lot will miss him a lot.
Yeah,
I think
watch all the Ozil fans pop out of the woodwork.
I think you'll be surprised about how great he really is. That's just me.
You think he's great?
He's a fantastic baller.
Okay, good.
I think he's great.
Good for you.
When he plays for Germany, you don't think he's great?
So
I just ask the question. Yes or no?
Yeah, he plays really good for Germany.
Yes or no?
So there's a lot of players play good for their international clubs.
We're talking about Ozil.
Yeah, we're talking about Ozil, but I'm good.
And you said yeah. All right, that's it.
Yeah, so what does that mean? So what about club form? In England,
he plays for Arsenal, unfortunately.
So Van Persie played for Arsenal.
Akeem.
And he done quite a good job, didn't he? So did Fabregas. If you're a world class player,
Van Persie was hardly there.
Shows up.
Okay.
Sanchez shows up
but
every single week.
All these other world class players. What's the reason they didn't show up at Arsenal?
What is it
Wenger.
then? So you think it's Wenger?
Arsene Wenger, thank you.
Wenger.
You ain't got to show up under Wenger. You don't have to.
You know what Wenger
You don't really have to.
Why did Sanchez show up
Wenger's become.
That's it, Sanchez.
Wenger's become that grandma, yeah, which whenever you go back, she always thinks of the 1950s and how great it was, and this is how it should be done. That's what Wenger is. He's a dinosaur.
Back in my day, yeah, you couldn't spend all this money, 200 million and all that. It's not like that no more in the game. It's getting crazy in the game now. Shut it. We've moved on. Things is different now.
I think Arsenal.
Look at Chris.
I
Chris, it hurts, doesn't it?
I think
It's the truth, son.
Did you finally
It's
agree?
the truth.
No, I think you're chatting crap.
I think the reality is, the reality is if all this AKB and all this stuff, look, if Wenger goes, you'll struggle to get a good manager. You'll probably end up with Gary Monk or something.
Do you know who we are,
Sorry.
you fickho?
Yeah, I know
We're
you
not going
are.
to do it. We're
You're
not going to do
doing
United.
fourth
We're
or
going to do Manchester
fifth,
United and go
first
get a moist in, are we?
Oi,
We ain't going to do that, mate. Don't worry about us.
Do you remember they was going to get Eddie Howe?
Oh, mental.
He's won one game this season. He's won one game this season.
That's the level. That's what I'm saying. If you lose Wenger, you're getting Gary Monk, Eddie Howe, Samuel Adichie. Yeah,
You had David Moyes. You had David Moyes.
Yeah.
You can't
His
talk.
friends.
You had Avram Grant and Di Matteo.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What did
League finals.
What did Di Matteo do for him?
Champions League.
But he's
He
crap.
won it.
But he's no good.
Oh, that was the most fluky thing in the man.
Did he?
That's the most fluky thing.
Terry
How's
made
that
the Champions
fluky?
All right, guys. All right, do you know what it is? All right, I'll be honest, yeah. There's one thing I want to talk about because I feel like we're not talking about them enough, yeah. And I feel like they're the elephant in the room. And on this podcast, we do not address them enough.
Who?
Manchester City.
Okay.
I love City. Hey!
Pep Guardiola.
You said Pep's a fraud.
Pep's
You
a fraud.
thicko.
Pep's a fraud.
You're dumb.
All right, wait, Chris.
Where are the young players he's brought in that City team? Tell me where they are.
All right, hold on. Let me
Okay,
say
go
something.
on.
Let me say something.
Okay, all right, go on.
I'm sorry. I'll give a public apology. Yeah. I'll give a public apology. You know this is not going to be a real one. I'm giving
You do nothing.
a public apology that a manager who has the best side of his generation for the third time.
How?
For the third time.
Wait.
For the third time in 10 years, he has the best team in Europe, best squad in Europe to deal with, and he's smacking up teams like Watford and Palace, yeah? Wait, hold on. And in reality...
And Liverpool, don't forget. Let's not forget that Liverpool woman.
And Liverpool.
Let's not forget that Liverpool.
Hold on.
I can't wait till they're playing Man United. I'm bad to you, I tell you.
Hold on. And I seem to remember that the first 10, 11 games last season, they won 9 of the 11 or 10 of the 11, smacking teams up, and you heard people sitting there like, it's City's title. It's City's title. Let me tell you something now. City aren't finishing in the top 3, yeah?
You're taking the mick. Akeem, stop. No, you won. No. Honestly, you won the argument. You won the whole argument until you said that. You were winning.
Okay.
You love to do that. You love a cheeky dismount. You love a cheeky dismount, mate.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go on.
Last
Go on,
season,
land properly.
where did they finish?
Third.
Yeah, third. What did you say at the start of last season? There's
No.
no way.
I didn't forget.
They didn't finish.
You
Wouldn't finish in the top
you
two.
said they
And
would
I-
not finish in the top 2, and you were
you
right.
laughed at me, yeah, when I said that.
Yeah, I did laugh.
So firstly, don't laugh at why I'm saying that because you were wrong last year. You were wrong last year, and quite frankly, if it weren't for the last 3 or 4 games, they wouldn't even have finished third.
So
yeah?
now-
So wait, hold on. Last thing I'm gonna say, yeah. The reason why they won't finish then is because December, yeah. Winter's coming, mate. Winter's coming.
Oi! Game
You
of
can't
Thrones!
survive winters in the Premier League.
Game of Thrones!
Yeah? That bald head needs a hat.
The Ice Dragon!
You ain't gonna survive. Yeah? And the reason why
The
you
Night
won't
King!
survive is because your keeper is still dead and your centre backs are still dead. Yeah? And you're playing. Hey, when you play Chelsea next
This
week.
rant is
hold on.
long.
When you play Chelsea's gonna show you the way. Yeah? Chelsea, show them.
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
wait. I win Chelsea next week. No, weekend coming.
This weekend.
Yeah,
weekend.
that's what I'm saying. Big game. Big game.
Sick game.
This is going on the internet. I ain't saying nothing. This is going on the internet.
Chris, you got it.
How you call Pepper fraud yet and say...
Wait, don't wait.
Sorry. A 6-year-old could manage that Bayern team. A 6-year-old could manage that Barca team. I don't care.
Can I say the same about
How do you not?
and the Man United team and the Real Madrid
That
team,
is so
and the Chelsea
ridiculous.
team that
No,
he had.
don't say
What
that.
about Porto
Don't say
team?
that. Don't say
What about
that.
Porto?
That's rubbish.
Forget Porto.
No, don't forget Porto.
talking about
Well, it's not,
Porto.
mate. Don't forget Porto.
Or
We're talking
Inter.
about Porto, because in the Portuguese league, Porto were the big
They
boys.
won UEFA Cup and the Champions League the year after. You
Europe
mad?
was dead them times, man. Europe was
Oh my days, they're dead. Do you know how good AC Milan was
Hold on,
back then?
wait,
What?
wait,
You're
wait,
anti-
no, 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 no,
Boys,
no,
boys.
no.
Shh. Alright, relax, chill.
Are you
In
stupid?
2004.
I got this.
Wait, hold on.
Akeem, I got this. No, I got this.
Wait,
I
hold
got
on.
this.
In 2004, one of the greatest sides of your life.
Do you want to talk
Are
about
you
2000?
mad?
Do you-
Are you actually
hold on.
mad?
Wait, no. He's saying Europe and the noughties is dead. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
You are crazy,
Yeah?
Chris.
What
You've
about
gone mad.
2006 when you hit the Champions League final? Would it have been dead then if you'd won it?
If Arsenal won it.
Yeah.
They were dead in it, mate.
No,
Okay,
that's
no,
the
shall I be
thing.
honest?
That's
No,
what he said. He said,
no,
if they won it,
All right,
he wouldn't be saying that.
no, I'll be honest with you. It was an aging Real Madrid team. It was an aging Juventus team, and it was a Villarreal team, which is not the most popular. And we played the best team in that generation, which was Barcelona at the beginning of that generation.
And you
Yeah,
lost.
the beginning
And we
of that
lost.
generation.
And we lost.
Got smacked
I'll
up.
hold my hands.
Yeah, but
I'll admit that.
United got smacked up by them as
I
well.
know, I'm just telling them we got smacked up.
Alright, well, I mean, everyone got
We
smacked.
got
Everyone
smacked
got
up. We lost
So what-
2-1,
Alright, guys,
geezer, with
guys.
10 men.
You lot have taken it back. Alright, you guys.
Oh,
are
back to Pep. No, back to Pep.
Rightfully.
Yeah, back to
Because this
Pep.
man's a ficko. I'm telling everyone
let him
now,
say smart, let
he's
him
a
say
football
smart.
ficko.
Why am I
What
ficko?
Pep
Okay,
is
say your
doing
part
right
about
now,
Pep. What do you think about Pep?
the ball right now, the style of football.
Wow.
them-
Oh,
Oh.
God.
And let me tell you
Art.
something. Hey,
It's
I bet
artwork.
you didn't think
It's
about
artwork.
this. 10-0 or 1-0, still only 3 points, mate.
Who cares?
Still only 3 points.
Who cares?
So my
Oh,
point
that's
is,
why
my
you don't
point-
play
my
football.
point-
difference
my
my
point
You're not a
is-
baller.
my
You're not a
point is-
baller.
my
You're not a
point is-
baller.
Oh, difference
my
man
point
means
is-
You're not a
something at the end
baller.
of the season.
What?
So why? So you're not a baller in your heart. In your heart of hearts, you're not a baller.
I'm not saying
you don't
the
like
football
football.
doesn't
No.
look good. You don't
You don't
listen
like
to me.
football.
You don't
No.
listen to me.
No, because if you're a baller, you know that playing football and the
my days.
satisfaction of crushing the team.
No, do you know
Because
why?
your manager saw Alex lift off them teams
I know,
there.
I know,
You
I
ain't
know,
about
I
that,
know,
lad.
I know all about the satisfaction question of Team
Hold on,
6-0.
hold on.
I know all about
Hold on,
it.
hold on,
Calm
hold on.
down.
Calm down,
Can I
boys.
say one thing? Do you know what I'm...
You ain't a baller.
Do you know what I bought?
You ain't a baller.
Wait,
Do you
Chris,
know where I
wait.
come
You
from?
do
Do you
nothing.
know where I come from? Do you know where I come from? in football?
Nothing.
Wait, Chris, wait.
Winning.
Nothing.
Winning.
No, you're not a winner. Your
Wait,
heart
wait,
is not about
wait,
winning.
hold on.
It's not about
Your heart
winning.
is about flimsy skills, winning 6 or 7-0. That's great. That looks good, blah, blah, blah. It's still only 3 points, you mug. Yeah? It's only
Did you
3
see
points,
Delph's
you
goal?
muppet.
Did you see Delph's
I
goal?
don't care.
The joy.
That's what you
Did
don't
you
care.
see Salah's goal?
Wait,
The
fucking
joy.
Chelsea.
Go on, let's
I
talk.
don't care.
Chelsea, right? You might have been parking buses for 10 years.
Yeah,
I get
guess
that,
what?
innit?
We've been winning
I
trophies
get
doing
that.
it.
I get that.
We've been
I
winning
get
trophies.
that. I get that. I get that.
All right,
We
all
part
right.
of us when we beat you 6-0.
Whoa.
All right,
We part of us
listen.
when we beat you 3-1 last year, didn't we? Didn't we?
We beat you. We battered you 3-0 at our ground. You was dizzy,
Yeah,
boy.
oh, brother, yeah, thanks.
And we won the FA Cup. How am I going to forget
Hey,
that?
Chris, listen,
How am I
mate.
going to forget
Chris,
that?
Chris,
You're the
Chris,
champions.
Chris.
How are we going to beat the
Listen, mate,
champions?
it's fine.
How are we beating the
Listen,
champions
no way,
2-1?
mate, it's fine,
How are
mate.
we doing that?
It's
You're
fine,
meant to be
mate.
champions.
Well done.
Huh?
You played better than us in that
Yes.
game. But thank you for beating us
Yes.
3-0 because you helped us win the Premier League title. So I appreciate that.
welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
But
I'd rather you win it than them anyway. I don't care. Forget Man United. And now you've got Jose. I hate you lot even more. Good.
All right, so in conclusion, Pep's a fraud.
Yep.
He won't finish in the top 3.
Yeah.
Dumb.
He's playing the best football.
He is,
A
that's true,
6-year-old
that is
can
correct.
manage any of his sides because he has the best squad.
Crazy.
Even though the best squad isn't going to finish top 3, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Because I've just told you.
Oh, because of Pep.
Yes.
So best squad, but because of Pep, they will finish at top 3.
Correct.
Hold on.
I'm just
what is it about
concluding.
Pep you don't
I'm
like?
just concluding, man.
what is it
I
about
don't
Pep?
want no
Yeah.
trouble, man. I'm going to leave you guys to
he's
leave
in a
the comment
bit-
at the bottom of the screen. I don't want no trouble, man.
His
you got a coin?
inability,
I don't know who I am.
his inability to change and adapt depending on who he's playing. Like Klopp's problem, and Wenger's got that issue as well. And that's why he's not going to win the league. And that's what Conte doesn't have. And that's why Conte will finish above Man City this season. That's why. Because he can adapt.
Listen,
and Jose Mourinho can as well. Thank you.
Listen. All I'm saying is, if Pep is a fraud,
Yeah.
then by golly, I don't know what Klopp is. I have no idea. You got to find a new name for him.
But Klopp had the worst.
Because let me tell you something. That Pep is a fraud
That's
thing.
not
I
fair.
hate everybody saying the slogan, Akeem slogan.
Yeah.
Pep is a fraud. Akeem started that slogan, you know. Troop start. That's what them
18
teams
months
do.
ago.
A very long time ago. Now every time I go to the games and I hear,
Everyone says
"Oh,
it.
Pep's a fraud," I'm like, "Right, that's Akeem slogan. You guys need to put some. You get me?
I'm
You
buying
need-
a t-shirt.
You need to TM that still.
Yeah.
But all I'm trying to say is,
But Klopp's not a fraud. Because Klopp...
Are you dumb?
you need to
Are
give
you
Klopp a
dumb?
new name, baby.
Who's Klopp managing?
Klopp the
and
flop.
Liverpool.
He is
So wait, hold on.
dead.
Expectation-wise, with that Dortmund team, were they supposed to slack up?
I'm sick
Were
of
they supposed to
this.
slack up
What
by
about
minute?
Man United?
Wait,
It's not an excuse.
Wait, hold
Man
on.
United and
It is.
expectations.
It is.
It isn't.
I understand where it's come from because it took them 9 years to get to where they were.
Thank you.
Liverpool, it's only been, what, 2.5?
Exactly.
But unfortunately with the Premier League, there is a really short lifespan for a manager.
Yeah.
I'm talking short. I'm talking, Big J's looking at his watch. I'm talking that's how short it is. That's true. Right, listen, so you got, I think that Jurgen Klopp, he's been buying players, but he's been doing it in the wrong positions. He needed to buy defenders.
Can I just say one sentence?
Joke!
Can I say one
How
sentence?
do you guys expect me to rate a man who knows where his weaknesses are and doesn't sort it out?
Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola.
Exactly.
Pep Guardiola knew that his defense was dead and he bought defenders.
How long? How many games? How long did it take? How long? Wait, hold on.
To fit his own system.
Jermaine,
And it's working.
Jermaine, I spoke to Jermaine.
It is working.
I spoke to you, Jermaine. I'm not a manager. I spoke to you in October 2016 about the deadness of those two keepers. Yeah?
Which one?
It took
Bravo's
10
dead.
months.
Bravo's
yeah?
dead. Bravo's
It took 10 months for him to realise that difference.
Akeem.
I don't think
Yeah?
Emerson's dead.
So don't tell me about him
boys.
being a smart manager.
Alright,
yeah?
listen.
He's a ham roll, like Troops would say. Yeah? And more to the point,
This guy hates
he's a fraud.
This guy hates
Done.
Guys, I'm gonna leave it to you guys, okay? Normally I leave in little parts. Just make sure you stay on lock for the cards, alright? The cards will be there on little things you guys can vote on, alright? We're gonna start reading out the cards, like any little votes and polls and stuff we do.
Cool.
Alright? Before I wrap up the show, Louis, thanks for coming on.
Right, thank you for having
Can
me.
you tell the people where they can find you? 100% Chelsea.
You can find me on 100% Chelsea, and you can find me on my personal channel, my Twitter as well. All of that. It's all Louis Beneventi, mate.
It's all going to be in the description, right?
It's all going to be in the description down below.
Molto bene, okay, bene, bacio. And it's all of it's in the description below, okay? If you want to find Louis, thanks for coming on. Guys, remember to download the One Football app if you want a chance to go to any Champions League game of your choice, all right? Flights, accommodation, courtesy of One Football, our friends, our brothers. You get me? Just make sure you download the app right now. Link is in the description, okay? Make sure you follow at Cheekysport on everything. Make sure you follow our new Instagram, Cheekysport Insta, which is it's a long story. All right, make sure you follow at Cheekysport. Make sure you follow all of us. Again, everything's in the description. Make sure you follow at RinseFM on Twitter and Rinstagram on Insta as well. All right? Boys, you man stress me out, to be honest, man. But anyway, we'll see how it goes.
All the lies.
You've been here with myself, Big J.
Cheekysport Akeem.
Everybody hates Chris.
A man like Louis.
All right.
And we're out.
Safe.
But come on, that was
No,
ridiculous.
dead.
Nah, but it's a mauling though. They got
But Celtic every year do the same thing.
Like, they're invincible.
Like,
Yeah,
they got stop. They got
They
stop
did the
using
same
our
thing.
name like that.
Listen, anyway, we shouldn't really be talking about them for too long.
Innit?
But that was
Sorry
funny.
about
I
airtime.
don't like